How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now here I am in the kodi build. I'm in kodi and the build is called Xenon. Now if you see my last video, if you haven't, I'll put a link down in the description on how I install this. But this is the Xenon build for kodi 18.1, and in here, like on the other video, I talk about that this has TV shows, it has movies, it has live TV, it has kids area to watch kids cartoons, also music, and has an arcade section, so you can download games and you can play them apparently as well. So I have gone into here just a little bit just to make sure if everything works fine and I won't be so confused. I am using a Rock Candy Xbox controller plug and play to my desktop, and it already has movable function already, as you can see. And in here we have the emulators: Atari, NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx, Arcade 2003. I don't know what the difference between both are. PS1, Game Boy Advance, Game Gear, ColecoVision, and Doom. I have not tried any of these. However, I have tried the Sega Genesis and the SNES. So with that being said, I can just go through them. In here, in the Sega Genesis, it looks like they only have a preloaded amount of ROMs that are in here. I don't know if you can add any more ROMs, but that'd be pretty cool. But so far we have ROMs in here: Earthworm Jim, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, some, I guess, good classics that were maybe a little bit popular back in the day. Wow. Some games I never heard of. So this is the Sega Genesis. Ghosts and Ghosts, an impossible game. And there you go. And I am using the function of this controller to move around, which is pretty cool already. The SNES has its own ROMs too. Seems they're not, you have to download them, but other than that, everything works just fine. You would download it. I'm gonna pick one that is not. Oh, I love Killer Instinct, but it looks like it only has just 50 ROMs in here already preloaded to the software that you can get. So just check through one more. Oops. Go to SNES and we'll cruise through the games on here. And some old school games. Zelda, I mean, this is pretty cool. And I assume they all work. I have not tried all of them. I've only tried, I think, 2. But just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna try a different game so you can see how it sets up. Because I've already tried Super Mario World, and I think the All-Stars. But if I play it right now, it won't take me through the steps that I went through. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do Earthworm Jim. So it's gonna take me through this process, downloading Earthworm Jim. Here's the emulators that I could use. I don't know if you've ever dealt with emulators and ROMs, but you could pick one. I already have I already have emulators on my desktop that I use. Everything's configured to the way I like it. However, I saw this on the build and I thought it was pretty cool. It's simplified and takes away all the searching around and setting up. So I went ahead and up here it says installed for me because I've already done it. But you pretty much pick one of these and it'll install for you. I have on my desktop, I already have an SNES 9X installed, so I'm pretty familiar with it. So I just go ahead and pick it. It should automatically play my game. But for you, if you've never tried it before, you'd actually have to download the emulator too. So my controller is already working with it. As far as button layout goes, I you'd have to go to the controller function. I think it's here. Let me see. I just moved my mouse, and if I go to controls here, I can set up my controller. So I think if I game here and I clicked, if I click on it, it's gonna make me do the buttons layout with my controller. But I think they are set up generally the way it's supposed to be. So with that being said, I'm gonna just go ahead and continue. I'm gonna continue. Okay, continue. So looks like my buttons are working just fine. Okay. I used to watch this as a cartoon back in the day. I launched the cow. Obviously I'm not good at this game, and it just dang bird. Okay, but that's how it is. So you push start and select at the same time to get out of it. And that's how it is. So that's SNES. Let's go ahead and let's jump into something else that I have. We'd be comfortable with Sonic the Hedgehog. It's pre-installed for me, but for you, you'd have to pick one out of these two and install it. However, it's already saved and installed for me, and it saved my game from the last time I was at. So I think this is pretty cool. And that's Sonic. Also, I guess let's go ahead and look through some more before I end this video. My next video, I could be playing some. I'll probably play some games in a more lengthy version. I just wanted to show that we can do such things as play these kinds of games. So this is the PS1 emulator, and we have Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid. That's pretty cool. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, you want to live the good old days. Resident Evil 2. Compare it to the updated one. Parappa the Rapper. It's an all-time favorite for myself. Worms, I used to play it on the computer. Final Fantasy, pretty cool. Tomb Raider has been one of my favorites. Ridge Racer, Spider-Man, of course. Driver, I used to love that game. I still have it on disc. Front Mission, Colony, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. I like Hot Pursuit Part 2, but Part 3 would do. So let's just jump ahead and see if we can get into a game, so that way I can show you how the downloading process works for this. So let's try Resident Evil 2. So we pick one. It's gonna download the game first, and then you have to pick an emulator, which you would have to download as well. So as far as I know, I really don't know if the game works. I don't know if it says disc 1, so I don't know if it's gonna cut you off and have disc 2 unavailable for you, but that's how it is. I should have picked a smaller game, but I'll fast forward this just to show you. Okay, we're reaching closer to the end, so I had to skip ahead because it took a little while. Like I was saying before, if disc 1 and you're playing the game and it's asking for disc 2, I can't help you with that. I guess for future information, you could just look for games that are not with double disc. So I know Driver is double disc. Resident Evil, Metal Gear is double disc. Hopefully works just fine. Oh, well, there you go. That that answers my question, which is pretty dang cool. It already found the disc 2 for me, and everything should be a piece of cake. So once this ends, I'll catch up with you again. Okay, well, it finished the download on the second disc, which was pretty good news. I don't know why it's saying to use the Sega. I'm assuming it's because I already have it downloaded. I really don't know which one would be good for PlayStation. I guess I'll try the Beetle. So this is what the installation looks like. This is installing the emulator for me, and once that is done, I don't know, it should start the game. So far so good with the other games as far as game mapping. Oh, we have bad information. So let's try this game again. It's already downloaded, so might as well just install a different one. Let's try the PCSX. Hopefully it's not the ROM. So this emulator worked just fine, and there we go. The buttons are working for here, so that's a good sign, and that's it. That's so cool. So that's the video, guys. If you like what you see, I will be trying to play some more games in the future. On the next video, I'll probably play some old school games just to relive the good old days. But for today, it was just to simple show you how I got, how I am setting up, how everything's working just fine. Like I said, also, if you do want to know how I got to this, I will have a link in the description of my other video on where I install it on PC. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Thumbs up appreciated. If you like the content, subscribe would be appreciated as well. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.